Okay, now to this second part of the workshop, the second half hour or so, we're moving from the basics, where you had a sort of classical approach to how to play with your thumb and your fingers, to what we call fingerstyle. Now, there's a couple of essential differences between classical technique and fingerstyle that we don't need to really go into, except to be aware that fingerstyle approaches tend to give you more flexibility, which is what we want. The classical approach is very sort of strict, I guess. You do this, you do it this way, and that's the only way you do it. Because when you get to really complex pieces, in classical styles, you need that discipline. In fingerstyle, you got a lot more flexibility. So that's one important difference. Another important difference is, and related to that, is that some of your techniques the classical players would frown on, and that's all right, let them. But they're useful for the sort of music that we want to play. So some of the technique exercises early on in the piece here are consistent with that classical approach, and others are not. So we look at sort of morphing early on from the classical stuff we did early on into some more fingerstyle techniques and studies and approaches and different ways of doing things to get the sounds that we want to get. So that's basically what this is about. We look at a lot more in this section of the video, looking at some traditional bluesy sort of stuff. So we start off with Amazing Grace, because that's like a gospel tune, but it's very applicable to the sort of classical style. Then some more blues. You've Got to Move, Sit on Top of the World, those type of tunes, Crow Jane, that will get your fingers really happening, and they're great fun tunes to play. Also, by the time you've finished this section of the workshop, there'll be a whole lot of other songs from around the course, from around anywhere else, YouTube or anywhere else on the net, that you'll be able to apply your fingers picking skills to, even if they're not written necessarily specifically for that style, because you'll have your skills up. So by all means, look around further. Again, get in touch with me if you're not sure of anything. Cheers, have fun with it. What we've done up until now is only play one note at a time. Now, this exercise will help us play more than one note at a time. And what's particularly important is to be able to pinch, whether it's with your index finger or your middle finger, so that you're playing with your thumb and your fingers on the top strings as well. Right? So, just do that to start with. Your first finger is still just playing that second string G. Okay, once that's comfortable, do it with the third with the top string, middle finger, like that. Yeah, once that's happy, we do this. So you pinch with your thumb and first finger, and then pick with your middle finger. Then other way around, pick with your middle finger. And then just do 4 or 8 of each. So. Go real slow to start with and see if you can get it to that tempo. That's plenty. Finger picking study number 14. Finger picking study number 15. picking study number 16, 2, 3, 4. Finger picking study number 17, 2, 3, 4. Two, three. Okay, Amazing Grace. Now, the first thing with this is that it's in 3/4 time. So we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Amazing Grace, 1, 2, 3, 1, like that. Because we've got the thumb playing on every downbeat, then there's 3 of them to the bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, the main thing though about this piece is that I want you to focus on the alternating index and middle fingers. Quite often in a lot of these tunes, really doesn't matter. You can get away with, not necessarily alternating every time, but with this one, and again, you can get away with it with this one too, but as an exercise, purely as an exercise, try to focus on keeping them alternating. It's a good skill to have. It's a good one to learn, to just be getting used to just doing that, alternating between the two of them. And it also really helps your independence between your thumb and your fingers if you got them doing two completely different things. So that's why I've arranged this one like this, and why I've included it in the piece in the course. So try and stick to that, and that's what I'm going to focus on for the rest of this lesson. You've got the tab, you know the tune, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn the piece. You don't need me to go through it note for note, but I'm just going to focus now on some particular passages where your right hand fingering is important. Okay, so we start with the thumb on the melody, and then the thumb comes down to play the bass note while the index finger goes to the top melody note. Yeah? Keep going with the thumb. So that bit there is middle, index, index. Yeah? Now you'll play similar little patterns to that later, the other way around. So it's important to practice those in different ways so you get used to playing all three strings really, with either finger. So there's that little bit there. Middle, index, index. Okay, middle, index, middle on the second string, and then index back on the top again. And then we just alternate now. Middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, middle, index, middle, that was. Now there's another little 16th note pattern, but this time the index finger's playing it first. See, I got it wrong then, didn't I? Index, middle, index, middle. Now, there's absolutely no reason really why you can't play it like that again. except that you lose this alternating sort of feel with your hand, with your fingers, and if you can keep that, then you'll practice it and it'll become second nature, and it'll help. But for the actual this particular little piece, you can do it either way. But if you want to look at practicing and look forward down the track, then try and do it both ways. That little 16th note pattern there, starting on first the index finger, or on either the middle or the index finger. Now that's the main thing in this piece, really. The rest of it, you just follow the tab and alternating between your first and second fingers. Okay, so I'll just run through it again from there to make sure that there's nothing in there that we need to stop and check out a bit more closely. So we finished on bar 7 with the middle finger playing that B note on top there. And then we have the bass note going there onto the 3rd string, D. Yeah, index, middle, index. Middle, index. There's no bass note there. Middle, index, middle. Okay, middle, index, middle, index. These couple of notes where you've got 2 beats and then 1 beat, you still want to try and alternate. So even though there's a long gap there where you have a minimum, the 2 beat note, can keep trying to alternate between your index and middle fingers. And the rest of it is pretty straightforward. Again, we have this little in the 14th bar, and yeah, again, just practice that so you can do it both ways. All right. Amazing Grace. Try and keep it nice and slow and smooth, and keep that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 going with it. Cheers. The next exercise is a bit different from the previous ones. This is to mimic like a flat pick sort of style where you're going up and down the same string pretty quickly, even swapping strings. And what you're doing is, rather than, like I said before, to go thumb and your 2 fingers, I want you to go thumb and then index finger. So it's just those 2. So on the bass, you're used to playing your thumb on the bass there, right? So, but not so much the index finger. So I want you to practice. That. Now when you're doing this, there's no muting involved, so you can afford to take your hand away a little bit if you want. And then you can get a bit more speed with it like that. But don't go that fast to start with. Just see if you can get it about that tempo. Settle with that and then faster. Confusing myself. Nice and quick with that. Then the next string. Yeah, and then picking across them, right? That's a more advanced exercise, that one. So just practice it every now and then, get it into your routine, and there'll be pieces to look at where you can apply that as well. Cheers. All right, some more studies, technical exercises. What we want to do, first of all, is look at how you can play more than one string at a time with just your thumb. Okay, so up until now, we've only played more than one string by picking each of them separately. Now we want to look at using both your thumb, either your thumb or your fingers, to play across strings like you do with a flat pick. So with your thumb, first of all, see if you can just play the 2 bass strings. So your hands in position, like that. Now that's obviously going to be useful for you, that type of Chuck Berry shuffle thing and spoonful and all those sort of things. Right? That's generally how you'll approach that in fingerstyle, right? So that's the first one. The next thing you can do is strum down all 4 strings with your pick, with your thumb pick if you're using a thumb pick, otherwise with your thumb. Okay, so just practice both of those things, particularly that one with the timing exercise. Okay. The other thing that you can do is you can pick more than one string with either of these fingers. So to start with, practice picking just the top 2 strings with your first finger. Then with your second finger. And then strum up all the strings with your first finger. And with your second finger. Okay, so go away and practice those, and that shouldn't take you too long, given everything you've already done, and then we'll have a look at some ways to apply that. Some exercises that combine your strumming type movements with your thumb and your fingers. First of all, let's look at that Woody Guthrie type style where we played bass and then strummed at the top of the chord. So first of all, let's just go thumb and then strum up with your finger. Let's practice that a little bit. And then alternate your thumb. Same with your middle finger. Another thing that you can do is strum down with your finger and back up with it again. So like that. You may want to do that across a couple of strings or all of them, right? So let's practice just down on the top 2 and then back up again. Then alternate the bass with that. Now that's going to be very difficult if you're wearing finger picks. So if that's a preference of yours, then you're going to have to find some other way. That downstroke's not going to work, right? So something like that. Let's have a look at how we can play Spoonful with in fingerstyle, the one from lesson 6, the more advanced one. Now, first of all, that bit is pretty straightforward. It's just down with your thumb the same way that you would come down with a flat pick with downstrokes. The more interesting part is that bit. You'll notice there that I played that by strumming that second and third string up with my first finger. I could have picked both of those. I could have included the D string, the B string on top that I've got the 3rd fret on there. I could have included it sometimes and not other times. So that time I picked just with the 2 fingers there to make sure that the minor 3rd was on top, and then all 3 fingers to have the 5 as well as the 1 in there. You could do it the other way around if you wanted to. I think this way's a bit better. Entirely up to you. I think it sounds even better if you use these strumming ideas. It's just got more of a tack to it. The thing with that is you need to be aware of where your finger starts if you're going to miss some strings and play others. So let's do it with the thumb as well. Okay, so there I'm playing the first part, the minor third melody on the second string, and then playing all of them on the second part with the D on the top. And pinching the bass string along with it. Another thing you can do is play that bass string just half a beat before where the melody comes. So 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so for the first couple, because the melody part is on a downbeat, then spoon, that, spoon, all those are on a downbeat. The little bass note comes up on the upbeat before it. Then for the last one, where the melody note is on an upbeat, the thumb comes down on the downbeat. Yeah? Yeah, and you can mix that up even further too. Put little bass notes runs in when you get to that. But for now, that's how you can play spoonful and really exercise this idea of strumming, this sort of combining your strumming techniques with your finger style to pick out the strings that you want, like you did when you learned to use a flat pick and figure out where your pick was. Finger picking study number 18. Fingerpicking study number 19. Fingerpicking study number 20. One, two, three. Okay, you got to move. Now this one is different from most of the others in that it doesn't keep the bass going the whole way through, but alternates, so called response, if you like, between the top part and the bass part. The top part's the same as the vocal melody. You got to move, you got to move. And then the bass just responds to that with his simple little funky sort of minor third bass riff. So, and as far as your fingering goes, it's pretty straightforward. Just again, follow your notes. There's a lot of more thumb stuff with this, and you'll be able to pick that up from following your notes. So, now when you're playing that riff, mute that first one. Okay, so that bit, middle, index, middle, index, middle. Start this one with the index, middle finger, so you can start strongly on the bar 4. Yeah, so that bit is alternating all on the same string until you get to the end of the bar there, where you just revert back to your pokey sort of pattern with the index finger on the second string. So again. And then, right, I've chosen to play those couple of melody notes with the thumb. And then just pick straight up the chord and the riff. Okay, get ready. Now I've played those ones on the way down with my fingers, but I could have just as easily played it with my thumb. You got to move. Right, so there's no bass riff on that bass response on bar 7 there. All right, again. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Start this one with the middle finger. Yeah, so practice that bar 4 there. It'll seem a bit tricky to start with, but once you figure it out, quite simple. That's just picking straight up the chord. Back to the riff. Yeah, so this part here is middle, index, middle, and then straight down on the bass. So it's da da da, boom, boom. Yeah, so have a listen. Check out the Stones version too with Fred McDowell's. Lots of people have done this one. And make sure that you get that shuffle sort of feel. Da, 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 to that with that one. Okay, cheers. You got to move. 2, 3, 4. Righty, Crow James, Skip James tune. Now the thing with this one is that it swings, yeah. So you go da 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 to sort of feel all the way through it. Less like a jazz swing and more like an old country blues swing, but it's got that swing feel. It sounds almost like a shuffle, but really I'd call it a swing. It's got the bass note on the downbeat every single time, and it's just the 3 chords, the 1, 4, and the 5. Yeah? So the way to approach a song like this is start by just learning the first bar, right? So let's do that. We've got the thumb on the downbeat every time. And then we've got the first note on the middle finger, that's easy enough. And then index middle on the second string, index middle on the top string, and then index middle on the second, and then the top string. Yeah? So practice that over and over and over again before you move on. The second bar, pretty simple. Make sure you swing it. If you play it straight, it's going to be very boring. So when you get to that last one, you want to bar that so that you're ready for the bass note on the top of bar 3. Then you've got a slightly different pattern for the next 2 bars. Little 2-beat right-hand pattern that repeats itself over the whole time. So thumb, middle, thumb and index together, middle. Same thing again, but this time you resolve to the E note, the major third in that C chord. Do that for 2 bars, then we're back to the top again. Whoops. Yeah, now the variation on that second part of the bar there on the 5 chord is we do this. Yeah, so it's thumb, index and middle together, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, middle. Yeah? So, yeah, so that's a bit tricky too. Okay, it's in your tab. All the fingering and the rest is in there. Those two are thumb and in middle. Yeah, and then just repeat those two bars. Yeah, Crow Jane. One, two, three. One summer's day, she went away. She gone and left me. She gone to stay. And now she's gone, and I don't worry, because I'm sitting on top of the world. Worked all the summer. All right, Sitting on Top of the World, an old blues in 12/8 time. This time we're playing it, so it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, ta, 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 ta. Standard or sort of slow blues sort of thing. And it's got this really, really cool turnaround. So let's just run through it, shall we? Got a little sort of bass run that leads up to the first note in the bar, and there's also a vocal that goes with that. So 1, 2, 3. One summer's day. Now that's just that little pattern there. It's just a typical sort of little 12/8 pattern. It's not necessarily the only way to do it. Come up with your own, you know. But the little run, you want to include that. So 1, 2, 3. One summer's day, she went away. So that's like a call and response, isn't it? But the response is more of a rhythmic thing. One summer's day, she went away. She gone and left me. Okay, so there's a C chord, C major chord, and I'm playing the third note E on the bottom. So, and it's for the whole beat. So you'll notice in your notes, if you look at the notation, there's a crotchet note, the sort of 1 beat note with a little dot next to it. That means it's 1.5 beats, and because it's not 1.5 beats, it means that it's 1.5 crotchets. So that's 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. But for the sake of this exercise, you just count 1 downbeat wherever you see the note with a dot on it. So the downbeat is on that 2nd fret there, on the 2nd string, and then we start with a little shuffle thing. Yeah, so that's thumb, index, thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle. And the thing to remember with that is that da 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 shuffle pattern. So bum. Yeah. So that's the C major chord, because that E note there is the major third. Now you do exactly the same thing on a C minor chord by taking that major third back 1. You can hear how it becomes a minor, can't you? By doing that. And play exactly the same thing. So there's the downbeat, the big downbeat on the 1st fret this time, and then the same sort of swaying shuffly pattern. And then back to the open G chord, and this time slightly different pattern. You've got the little shuffle pattern on the 1st beat, and then dum dum bum bum bum. Right, so the 2nd beat there, you can see the triplet, and it's got the tied note that lasts a little bit longer into the 3rd beat. Yeah? So the thumb comes down on that third string there on the fourth beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's no actual note on the third beat, right? So don't worry about that too much. It's mainly just listen to it. And then straight down the D chord. Right, so the D chord's got the 5 on the bass there, the A note on the bass, second fret on the bottom string, then the fourth fret playing the F sharp major third note, and there's the D note, the A note again, and I've got to play it right, eh? There's the D note on top, and then the turnaround. Sitting on top of the world. So the thing with this one is to just listen to it again. And it would be a really good exercise to count the beats and read the notation and see if you can figure out exactly where particularly that little bit goes there, right? Because it's that C note there on the 5th fret on the bass that comes in on the 3rd beat of bar 9, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So on the 2, when you say 2, there's the little rest. And then 1, 2, 3. Then remember, each beat is going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. Yeah? Da 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 da. Yeah? It's a great little turnaround. It's a classic. And it'll really help both your ear to try and figure out that way, and read the dots and see if you can get it from there too. Okay. Your right hand fingering is pretty straightforward with this. It's not particularly remarkable. I'm not being super strict with the alternating thumb and index and middle finger because there's so much of your thumb in there. So this is more about using your thumbs and fingers, not independently, but all as if you would use a pick to just play lines with both your thumb and your fingers. So again, notice how I'm damping that open chord there. You can see in the notation that there are rests. And then we go. So the first beat is just down, and then we have the 3 beats with that sort of shuffly pattern. And again. Okay, that bar is just all open, so there's nothing to do with your left hand. You might find the fingering a little challenging with that to start with because it's a different rhythmic pattern. Okay, and if you can get this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 going, that'll help with that. Here's a better way to play it, isn't it? Thumb, thumb, index, middle. And then the turnaround. Sitting on top of the world. I've heard someone else play it like that, which is why I'm doing it. It's actually notated. So it's your choice as to which way you want to play that. So it's really quite straightforward as far as your fingering goes, but musicianship-wise, there will be some challenges here. Getting your timing really spot on in this 12/8 dot 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 dot. So remember to do two things. Listen closely for the way I'm playing it so you can get and try and play along. And see if you can figure it out from the dots too.